Look at your phone. Look at your calendar. Look at the people you call friends. You are drowning in a noise that does not belong to you. You feel a constant, invisible pressure to be available, to be liked, and to be understood by people who don't even know themselves. You are exhausted, not because you're working hard, but because you are performing. Your life has become a theater where you are the only actor who forgot the script. Every time you explain your goals to a small mind, you kill a piece of your ambition. You are leaking power through the cracks of your own kindness. You have allowed the world to have a front row seat to your struggles, and in return, they have given you nothing but unsolicited advice and quiet judgment. You are a high-performance engine being fueled by low-grade opinions. It is time to realize that your accessibility has made you cheap and easily replaceable. You think being a good person means being an open book. They told you transparency is a virtue, but in the world of power, transparency is a fatal vulnerability. When everyone knows your next move, you are no longer a player, you are a target. You have become a commodity that anyone can consume for the price of a simple notification. To regain your value, you must first become scarce. You must become a ghost in the very life you built for others. The fear of being forgotten is what keeps you prisoner. You stay in rooms where you are not respected because you are afraid of the silence outside. But the silence is not your enemy. It is your laboratory. The Ghost Protocol is not about running away. It is about strategic withdrawal. It is the cold realization that you owe no one an explanation for your disappearance. Your absence will communicate more than your presence ever could. It is time to go dark. Every social interaction is an energy transaction. Most of the people in your life are not charging your battery. They are draining it. They take your focus, your time, and your emotional stability, leaving you with nothing for your own construction. You're trying to build an empire while letting everyone steal the bricks. Deep down, you know that your current circle cannot take you to your next destination. They only know the version of you that they can control. When you are everywhere, you are nowhere. By being constantly available, you have taught people that your time has no value. You answer every call, respond to every text, and show up to every event. This is not loyalty. This is a lack of boundaries. A king who is always seen in the marketplace loses his aura of authority. To be perceived as a power, you must create a vacuum. You must leave a space that your presence used to fill. Your mental energy is a finite resource. Every trivial drama you engage in, every opinion you argue against, and every celebrity story you follow is a theft of your potential. You're giving away the gold of your mind for the dust of irrelevant information. The architect knows that focus is the only currency that matters. If you cannot protect your attention, you can never own your future. You must stop leaking your life into the void of the unimportant. Look closely at your obligations. How many of them are actually yours? You are carrying the weight of other people's expectations, their failures, and their need for attention. You have become a shock absorber for everyone else's chaos. This ends now. You must develop a cold indifference to things that do not serve your primary objective. If it doesn't build your power, it is a distraction. If it is a distraction, it must be eliminated without emotion or hesitation. Transitioning to the Ghost Protocol requires a surgical mindset. You must cut the digital umbilical cord that keeps you tethered to the mediocre. Delete the apps that poison your focus. Mute the voices that cloud judgment. You don't need a grand announcement or a farewell speech. Just stop showing up. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you become dangerous to the status quo. True power does not need to announce its departure. It just disappears. People will react. They will call you selfish, cold, or distant. Let them. Their discomfort is a sign that they can no longer use you as a tool for their own comfort. When you stop being useful to people's agendas, they show their true colors. This is the filter you need. The Ghost Protocol clears the room of those who are only there for the free ride. Silence is the ultimate filter for loyalty. Only those who value your soul will remain when the noise stops. Disappearing is not about hiding. It is about reclaiming your sovereignty. You are moving your operations from the public square to a private bunker. In this space, your only critic is yourself. You are no longer performing for the applause of the crowd. You are working for the results of the mission. By becoming a ghost, you gain the advantage of surprise. While they are busy wondering where you went, you are busy becoming someone they can no longer reach. Stop explaining yourself. Every explanation is a plea for permission. You do not need anyone's permission to rewrite your life. If they don't understand your silence, they wouldn't understand your words anyway. Your energy is too precious to be spent on convincing people of your worth. Let your results be the only noise you make. Until then, stay submerged. The deepest waters are always the quietest, and that is where the real transformation begins to take shape. The first few weeks of the Ghost Protocol are the hardest. The silence will feel heavy. Your brain, addicted to the cheap dopamine of social validation, will scream for attention. You will feel an itch to check your notifications or to post something just to prove you still exist. This is the withdrawal phase. You must sit with the discomfort. This void is where your old, weak self goes to die. Do not interrupt the funeral. Let the old version burn. In the void, you find the cold architect. Without the distractions of other people's needs, you can finally hear your own logic. You begin to analyze your life like a blueprint. What works? What is broken? What is purely decorative? You start to strip away everything that isn't essential. This is the period of radical honesty. You are no longer lying to yourself to fit in. You are facing the harsh reality of your potential and the work required to reach it. Isolation is a superpower for those who know how to use it. While the world is chasing shadows, you are refining your craft. You are reading the books they ignore, practicing the skills they find boring, and building the discipline they lack. The ghost is not idle. The ghost is obsessed. You are turning your solitude into a weapon. Every hour spent in the dark is a year of progress in the light. This is where the elite are separated from the average. Your emotions will try to sabotage you. They will whisper that you are lonely, that you are missing out, that you are being too hard on yourself. Ignore them. Feelings are fleeting, but the structure you are building is permanent. The Ghost Protocol requires you to govern yourself with cold reason. You are the architect, and the architect does not care if the bricks feel lonely. The architect only cares that the wall is straight and the foundation is unshakable. Now that the noise is gone, you can build your internal system. A high-value ghost doesn't rely on motivation. They rely on architecture. You create routines that are non-negotiable. You build habits that protect your energy. You develop a code of conduct that dictates how you treat yourself and how you eventually allow others to treat you. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the designer of your environment. You are building a fortress of discipline. In this phase, you focus on absolute competence. You don't just want to be better, you want to be undeniable. You analyze your industry, your competition, and your own weaknesses with cold precision. You eliminate every inefficiency. You become so good at what you do that your eventual return will be an event, not an update. The Ghost Protocol is the period of silent mastery. You are polishing your sword in the dark so it can cut effortlessly in the light. Financial and emotional independence are the pillars of your new life. You are working in silence to ensure that no one ever has the power to destroy your peace again. You are building assets, acquiring knowledge, and strengthening your mind. A ghost cannot be blackmailed by social pressure or manipulated by the fear of loss. When you have everything you need within yourself, you are truly free. You are no longer a beggar for attention. You are a provider of value. The Ghost Protocol changes your vibration. You begin to carry yourself with a quiet, lethal confidence. You no longer talk about what you are going to do. You simply do it. Your eyes become sharper, your speech becomes more deliberate, and your presence becomes heavier. Even though you are still invisible to the world, you are becoming a giant in the room of your own soul. You are finally aligned with your highest potential. The architecture is almost complete. When you finally decide to re-emerge, you will not be the person who left. You will be a stranger to those who thought they knew you. You don't need to explain where you were or what you were doing. Your new reality will speak for itself. You will move through the world with the calm authority of someone who has survived the void and conquered themselves. You are no longer seeking a place at their table. You have built your own. People will try to pull you back into your old role. They will try to use the same old triggers to control you, but they will find that those strings no longer work. You are detached from their drama and immune to their opinions. You have realized that the opinions of others are just background noise in the symphony of your ambition. You are now the architect of every interaction. You decide who gets access to you and at what price. The Ghost Protocol is not a one-time event. It is a permanent weapon in your arsenal. Whenever the world starts to get too loud, whenever you feel your focus slipping, you can return to the shadows. You have learned that disappearing is the ultimate power move. It is the ability to reset your life without permission. You are no longer afraid of being alone because you know that in your solitude, you are at your most powerful. You are a ghost by choice. Welcome to Zenith Construct. We do not perform for the crowd, and we do not soften our edges to fit their comfortable boxes. If you are ready to terminate the noise, starve the need for validation, and master the brutal mechanics of the Ghost Protocol, subscribe now. Join the ranks of the self-sustaining architects of power. Stop asking for permission to disappear. The era of the cold architect is here. The world may see you, but they will never possess you. Keep building in the dark.